This video contains discussion of mature themes, including violence and mental health issues. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey everyone, welcome back to 13 Things. Today we're diving into one of the most influential films of the 1970s, Martin Scorsese's masterpiece, Taxi Driver. So buckle up because we're about to take a ride through the dark streets of cinematic history. Number 1, The Dream Inspiration. Martin Scorsese approached this film with a unique vision. He wanted it to feel like a dream to audiences. Drawing inspiration from Alfred Hitchcock's The Wrong Man and Jack Hazen's A Bigger Splash, Scorsese crafted a film that exists in a liminal space between sleeping and waking. This dreamlike quality is especially evident in the film's iconic rain-soaked street scenes and surreal nighttime sequences. Number 2, De Niro's dedication. Talk about method acting. While filming Bernardo Bertolucci's 1900 in Italy, Robert De Niro would fly to New York on his breaks to drive a real taxi around the city. He actually got his cab driver's license and worked 12-hour shifts. Surprisingly, despite having already starred in The Godfather Part 2, he was only recognized once during his time as a cabbie. Now that's what I call research. Number 3, The Budget Sacrifices. Here's a shocking fact. This iconic film was made for just $1.9 million. To put that in perspective, that's about $9.5 million in today's money. Still a tiny budget by Hollywood standards. Both De Niro and Sybil Shepherd took massive pay cuts, receiving only $35,000 each, while Scorsese was paid $65,000. Talk about believing in your art. Number 4, Herrmann's Swan Song. The haunting score you hear throughout Taxi Driver was legendary composer Bernard Herrmann's final work. In a tragic twist of fate, Herrmann died just hours before completing the recording sessions on December 24th, 1975. Scorsese, who considered Herrmann his first and only choice, dedicated the film to his memory. The score's brooding saxophone theme has become synonymous with urban alienation. Number 5, The Mohawk Connection. That famous mohawk wasn't just a random choice for Travis Bickle's descent into violence. The detail came from Victor Magnotta, a friend of Scorsese's who had served in Vietnam. In Saigon, soldiers with mohawks were often special forces operators preparing for serious combat missions. Other soldiers knew to stay away from them. They were ready for action. Number 6, The Shooting Compromise. To avoid an X rating, Scorsese had to get creative with the film's climactic shootout. His solution? Desaturate the colors, making the blood appear less vivid. Interestingly, Scorsese later said he preferred this muted version, feeling it improved the scene. Sometimes, limitations breed creativity. Number 7, Jodie Foster's Protection. Given Foster's young age, she was just 12, extraordinary measures were taken to protect her during filming. She underwent psychological testing and had sessions with a UCLA psychiatrist to ensure she wouldn't be traumatized. During difficult scenes, De Niro became a mentor figure, helping Scorsese communicate directions to the young actress. Number 8, The Script's Origins. Screenwriter Paul Schrader wrote the script in under 2 weeks while going through a personal crisis. Living in his car, dealing with insomnia, and frequently visiting adult theaters, Schrader channeled his isolation into Travis Bickle's character. The metaphor of the taxi, an iron box floating through the city, came from his own feelings of isolation. Number 9, The Technical Innovation. The film's unique shooting style was born from necessity. To capture scenes inside the taxi, sound technicians would hide in the trunk while Scorsese and cinematographer Michael Chapman crouched on the floor of the back seat, using available light to shoot. This guerrilla-style filmmaking approach influenced countless future directors. Number 10, The Legendary Mirror Scene. You talking to me? Perhaps the most famous improvised scene in cinema history. While the scene was in the script, De Niro improvised most of the dialogue, drawing inspiration from Bruce Springsteen, who he'd seen use the phrase at a concert. The scene has been referenced countless times in pop culture and ranked number 10 on the AFI's list of greatest movie quotes. Number 11, The New York Time Capsule. The film captured New York City at one of its lowest points, when it was nearly bankrupt. Producer Michael Phillips noted that they filmed in genuinely condemned buildings on the West Side, inadvertently documenting what looked like the dying gasp of New York. The film serves as a time capsule of a grittier, more dangerous Big Apple. Number 12, The Ambiguous Ending. The film's ending has sparked decades of debate. Is Travis really a hero? Is the finale a dying man's dream? Even Scorsese and Schrader have different interpretations. Schrader has said the ending could be spliced to the beginning, creating an endless loop of Travis's descent. The ambiguity was intentional, completing the story on an emotional rather than literal level. Number 13, The Cultural Impact. Beyond its 4 Academy Award nominations and Palme d'Or win at Cannes, Taxi Driver's influence extends far beyond cinema. It inspired countless films, from Joker to Drive, and was selected for preservation in the National Film Registry. In 2022, Sight and Sound named it the 29th greatest film ever made. Not bad for a movie made on a shoestring budget about a lonely cab driver. Thanks for watching another episode of 13 Things. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Taxi Driver, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what film you'd like us to cover next. Until then, keep watching great movies.